Warning: this podcast may be disturbing to some listeners. Due to the graphic nature, listener discretion is advised.
Keep the demon inside me. Keep the demon inside me. Keep the demon inside me.
Welcome from wherever you are. This is The Demon Inside with your host, John Venom. If you want to review a different episode of The Demon Inside, you can find them on Spotify or Anchor. And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. A new episode will come out every Monday. And now to our show.
Keep the demon inside me.
We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. On August 15, 2016, in Jupiter, Florida, Austin Harrouff stabbed 3 people. He subsequently started eating one of his victims. Austin Harrouff was born on December 21st, 1996, in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. He has one sister, Haley, who is 1 year younger. He said that his parents were divorced when he was 13 years old. Mr. Harrouff described his father, Wade, as an old dentist who was different, kind of loud, a redneck. He added that he was a nice guy who has a temper sometimes. He said that he and his father got along well as he got older. Earlier in his life, his father forced him to go fishing and engaged in other activities, but now he enjoys those activities. Austin Harrouff went to Suncoast High School, a magnet school in Palm Beach County, and obtained a 3.3 grade average. In his freshman year, he was shy, but he made some friends after he started to play football. In his freshman year, he began weightlifting to become more muscular. He started dieting in his junior year so he could have a good body and look cool. Austin said that he went to Florida State University, Tallahassee after high school. He initially began as a biology major while considering a career in medicine. He then decided he might become a dietitian and later shifted to an exercise science major. He joined the fraternity Alpha Delta Phi. By the end of the freshman year, he became bored with drinking and going out. He reported having a 3.3 grade average his freshman year. He dropped chemistry lab due to a poor grade. He took 6 weeks of college courses at Palm Beach State College in the beginning of the summer of 2016. Austin had his first job working for 6 weeks as a dental assistant in Florida, Atlantic Dental, in July and August of 2016. He did this because my father wanted me to do it, he said. He also described his mother, Mina Harrouff, as really nice and somewhat permissive. She made us clean a lot, and she was very motherly. He stated that he was pretty close to his 19-year-old sister Haley. He described his sister as a lot like him. Mr. Harrouff said that he was raised as a Presbyterian, and he indicated that he became an atheist at the age of 18. He started to have renewed religious feelings in the summer of 2016. He researched Krishna, Buddhism, and Jesus in the summer of 2016. Upon inquiry, he felt that in retrospect, his research of religious figures was related to his mental illness. On Friday, August 12th, his last day at work, in the dental office, he cried during much of the day because he felt so bad about other people's problems. In the week preceding August 15, 2016, he felt like his brain was always running. His consistently elevated mood was sometimes intermixed with fatigue, but not depressed feelings. He did not feel anxious. In fact, he described himself as fearless. He had trouble sleeping that week. Sometimes he got only 2 hours of sleep. When he spent the weekend visiting his girlfriend Katie Alexander in Tampa, the weekend of August 4th through the 7th of 2016, he was up all night. He saw monsters upon awakening. In college, he once heard and saw a demon-like figure, but he was unsure whether he was awake or asleep, or if it occurred while he was just waking up. After he came back from visiting Katie Alexander, he began researching philosophy, religion, and the Illuminati. He became preoccupied with philosophical and religious ideas. He studied philosophy, Tony Robbins, Lincoln, Krishna, and he became interested in yin and yang. He shared these ideas with Leo, a friend of his father, during their hour commutes back and forth to the Florida Atlantic dental office where they worked. Austin believed that he could manipulate the water while sterilizing dental instruments at work. He believed that the water served as a source of power for him. The water would sculpt to my hands. The water gave him added energy which would go inside him. He believed that he could bless the water which would cause it to be sterilized. He concluded that he was special and that no one else could direct the water the way he could. Austin Harrouff developed the belief that he would be the next great civil rights leader, like Gandhi. He changed his phone screensaver to the picture of Gandhi. He wanted to unite everyone. He believed that he had a special charisma. He indicated that he could talk to anyone without caring what they thought of him. He thought that he was really talented, not just as a rap musician. He believed that he could accomplish anything that he wanted to do. On Friday, August 12, 2016, Austin Harrouff thought he had superpowers within him. He felt like he was Jesus. He walked in a slow, harmonious manner like Jesus. He felt a responsibility as a Jesus-like person to try to solve the problems of other people. Austin Harrouff began to wear light clothes because Jesus wore light clothes. He was attracted to light rather than dark. He felt that if he wore dark clothing, that made him evil. He believed that if he woke up and with sunlight, it would give him energy like he was being recharged. He associated dark with lack of clarity and evil. He became fearful in the dark. He believed that the devil had power in the dark. He kept lights on. He became so fearful that he couldn't sleep at night. He was fearful that a dark spirit would kill him in his sleep in the days before August 15th of 2016. In the week before August 15th of 2016, Austin Harrouff kept seeing dark shadows at night when he was in bed. He developed an insight into good and evil. He believed that evil forces were coming after him. He felt the presence of evil forces in his home. He had thoughts that the devil was out to get him and his sister Haley. He believed that all the people in his mother's home were at risk of being killed. But he specifically, and especially, was fearful for Haley and himself. On August 14, 2016, while at a gun show, he purchased a knife for protection. He felt a heightened sense of fear and a need for protection from everything. He became fearful of people and animals. He chatted with a vendor at the gun show about survivalism, which was out of the character for him. He chatted with another vendor about how to handle himself in hand-to-hand combat. He asked what he should do if he were attacked. The man showed him what physical stance to take and what hand movements he should make. Mr. Harrouff described feelings that he was a protector of other people, and at other times he felt vulnerable and fearful. He shifted back and forth between feeling invincible on one hand and fearful and vulnerable on the other. On August 14th or August 15th, Mr. Harrouff began to wear his grandmother's stone cross on a thin chain. It looked too feminine for him. He insisted on wearing it for protection. He took it off only after his father told him to. So, Austin Harrouff said when he woke up on Monday, August 15, 2016, he put on a Michael Vick jersey. He did this because he believed that he had a special relationship to dogs. He initially thought that Michael Vick was a bad guy due to sponsoring dog fights, but then he became a good guy. He felt in a great mood. He wore Avatar sunglasses because he thought they would protect him from evil. Mr. Harrouff went to the beach by himself Monday morning and ran like an animal. He felt like an animal who could run really fast. He jumped from rock to rock like an acrobat with special powers who was capable of jumping very high. Sometimes he felt like he was half dog, half man, and at other times he felt he was half horse, half man. He felt a special relationship to other dogs. He saw dogs at the beach and thought that they were really cool. Because he was part dog and part man, he was convinced this was true at the time. He thought that other dogs' hair was attaching to my face, he said. He felt good about being half dog, half man. Mr. Harrouff said that he had heightened intuition, which he described as a sixth sense, that allowed him to read people. He could tell if people were good or evil. A man some distance from him said, "Hey, Austin," and acted like he knew him. Austin Harrouff thought he was an angel, and he did not have fear of him. Austin Harrouff walked and ran to his father's house to get his car, which had been left there the previous night. He estimated that it was 3 to 4 miles from his home. It was the first time he had ever walked or ran from his home to his father's house. "I ran super fast." He walked in the middle of the street in the belief that nothing could hurt him. Cars went around him. He believed he was invincible. When he got to his father's house, Carrie, his father's living girlfriend, asked him to fix the XM radio on their boat. He also helped move a paddleboard at Carrie's request. The reason he was doing this was because his dad told her to keep him there, and that was the only way that they could keep him. This is what happened when Austin's father arrived at the boat that day, in his own words that he told to investigators.
"I get wind that he can't sleep, pacing the floor the latter days. And so I try to give him some Valiums or sedatives."
Whose Valiums are those?
Mine.
Yours? Okay.
And he gets, I give him to him and he throws them on the floor. And he goes, "I will not be controlled by you." So I went and grabbed the keys out of his hand.
When was this?
I think Monday.
Okay.
And he's pissed off. And he jumps on the hood of my car and dents it. And so I finally decided to give him his keys back so he didn't damage my car any further.
Yeah.
And I wrote him a text on my phone. I said, "You damaged my car." We got a one-word answer: learn.
Austin said that his father followed him in his own car to a jewelry store that he drove to in order to have his watch band altered by the jewelry store. Austin agreed to put a Xanax in his mouth. He then took the Xanax tablet out of his mouth and wrote on the side of his car, "Don't trust with the Xanax tablet." Austin said he went to Sam's house, but he did not text him in advance as he ordinarily would. He jumped on Sam's car pretty hard because he felt like an acrobat. While he was with Sam at the beach, his sister Haley called, so they picked her up and drove back to the beach. He, Sam, and Haley ran into 5 of the fraternity brothers. He was feeling distant in his head, so he walked away from them. Austin said that he was feeling godlike. He felt a special relationship to God. He believed his anatomy was changing and he was getting bigger and more muscular. He felt like he was in charge of his own destiny and had supernatural powers. He felt that he knew all the religions. He felt that God was speaking to him through his action. He continued to feel he was either half horse, half man, or half dog. His feelings switched between the two. Austin said that he, Sam, and Haley then went to the home of one of his fraternity brothers named Dave Yates. Others at the house smoked weed and drank alcohol, but he did not. He took a beer and poured it on his left hand. He thought that he absorbed the beer through his hand, like I was feeding my hand, he said. Austin played with a lacrosse ball and jumped around. He kept leaving to go into the woods to be with nature. He was related to this feeling like an animal. When they left, his sister Haley did not want him to drive because he had made an illegal U-turn at a red light. When he got in the car with Haley driving, he climbed into the hatchback because he felt he was a dog. We'll be right back after a few words from our sponsors. Welcome back to The Demon Inside. Austin told Sam and Haley that he had a sixth sense. The three of them went to his father's house and he changed clothes. He put on a hat and wore it backwards in the belief that it would propel him forward. Austin, Sam, Haley, and his father then walked on a nature trail. This is what happened on that nature trail, in Austin's father's own words.
All of a sudden I saw, look, there's a tortoise shell. It's empty. And there's another one. And he goes, stop everybody. And he gets his knife, and it's about this long. And he says, stay behind me. I feel something is going to happen here. I said, put that damn thing back up. What the hell's wrong with you? And he did. And so then...
Do you know what kind of knife that was?
Yeah, it's with a switchblade.
Is that the knife that you bought for him at
I didn't buy it.
for
He
him?
bought it from him.
Oh, he bought it for himself?
At the gun show.
Okay, at the gun show.
Yeah.
If I show you a picture of the knife, could you say whether it is or it isn't? It's got a little blood on it. Is that okay? Okay. That's the knife he had?
Yes.
Okay.
What's that, about a 3-inch blade?
Yeah, looks like about. Okay, so he, what did he say was going to happen to the turtles? Anything?
And when he acted like he get behind me, I think something's going to happen. And what I was doing for the last 2 weeks is trying to joke him out of it, the psychosis. And I said, put that away, you're crazier than hell, stop.
Okay.
So then after that we continued to walk, and we went into a clearing of the residential thing, and he decided to run. I sat there and watched him from afar sprint about 2 or 3 miles.
Wow.
At once.
Quick?
Quick.
Yeah.
And so he's totally dehydrated. And we decided we were going to go to Duffy's to eat. So we went to Duffy's and we're sitting there, and he says he's going to the bathroom, he disappears. And so we're all wondering what's going on. And his mother calls up my daughter and says he's there. And we walked about 2 miles to home.
While they were at Duffy's, he felt stuck. It was taking a long time. So he felt a need to leave, and he left Duffy's, telling the others he believed that he was an angel of death and Carrie was an angel of life. He felt the presence of the Grim Reaper. Mr. Harrouff could not recall how he got to his mom's house. Austin Harrouff's mother explains what happened when Austin came home from Duffy's.
I was at home earlier at 7, and he knocked on the door. And I open it, and he walks in, and he's just in his shorts and a sweaty, no shirt.
What color was that shirt?
He didn't have a shirt on.
Oh, he didn't have a shirt.
I think earlier in the day he may have had a white shirt, a white jersey. I don't remember.
Okay. And when he knocked on your door, what did he say?
He didn't say, he just came in, and I said, where's Haley and Sam? Because I knew he was out with them. And he says, I don't know. And I mean, I don't know exactly the chain of events for me going to the kitchen.
Yeah,
And because I was cooking dinner, and I said, are you hungry? And he's like, yes. And I think I was in the refrigerator, and I look over, and he's got a not a jug, but a container of Wesson oil, and he's staring out the window. He's like, like he's about to drink it. And I just turned, I said, that's not a drink, and I grabbed it from him, and I put it on the counter. I said, that's lesson oil. And he turned around, and I don't know if the phone rang, and Haley's calling me, but I mean, I do notice him getting a bowl, and he gets mozzarella cheese, and he puts a little bit of the oil in it and takes a couple of bites.
Okay.
And Haley's calling me, asking if Austin's there.
Where was Haley? Where was she calling from?
Duffy's.
She was at Duffy's.
And I said, yeah, what happened? And she's like, he left. So I'm like, Austin, why did you leave? He goes, I don't know. I said, come on, why did you leave? He goes, I didn't want to wait. I said, well, is the food ready? And they're like, yes, have him come back and eat something. So I said, do you want to go back and eat something? And he's like, okay. And I don't know where he went to get his shirt. I want to say it was the back bedroom by our bedroom. And he got a polo shirt and put it on. And I guess I got the keys and we left.
Okay. And then you dropped him off at Duffy's.
He comes and sits down. And I said, I'm just going to be on tape today. So I said, what the hell are you doing? And he didn't say nothing. So I grabbed him by the collar and I said, what the hell are you doing? And he goes, and my girlfriend says, Austin, don't. And he looks at my girlfriend, embarrassed, leaves.
He wanted to teach his father a lesson by walking home alone and showing him that he was able to get to his father's house without his assistance. He was feeling invincible. Austin recalled running and following the stars. There were no streetlights on the road. He saw some headlights come around the corner, and he thought it was something evil. He turned toward the car to ward it off, and the car drove off. About 3/4 of the way to his father's home, Austin saw a dark figure with a white face. He thought of a figure as evil. While Austin was walking to his father's house, he had been missing for a few hours. His mother called 911. This is that call.
Police Department Lodge recorded. Is this Chrissy?
Yes, I need to. I don't know how to do this. My son, he's kind of taken off, and I'm concerned about his own safety.
How old is
He's
he?
acting a little strange. 19.
Does he live with you?
Yes.
Okay, what do you mean acting strange?
It seems like he's a little delusional, or like he's acting like.
Does he have a history of that or anything?
No, this is just like recent change, and that we're noticing. And he was out to dinner with his dad today, and he took off. And we're just, he was with his sister, and he says, he feels immortal and like a superhero. So I don't know what's going on with him.
Do you know if he's been taking any drugs or anything like that?
Nothing. I've asked, and nothing recent.
Right.
That I know of.
So did he leave the house, or did he leave from the restaurant? Where's he last seen
Left
him?
from the restaurant at Duffy's.
Which Duffy's is that?
By I-95.
In what city, though? We dispatched for 5.
Jupiter, I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on.
He wants to help everybody. He's headed. Well, last seen was going towards Island Way, going towards north of Church Street. Yeah.
How long ago was this that he left?
I want to say 10 o'clock. It's not 9:30.
And he left on foot?
Yes. He had no ID on him, no phone. And I will say, I think the only thing he has on him is a pocket knife switchblade.
And your name, ma'am?
Mina Harrouff.
And he's never done this before? I mean, this is like something new?
No, this is just, I mean, his friends, I'm calling all his friends, and they're like, it's just, he's changed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is he white, black, or Hispanic male?
He's white, he's got brownish, brown hair, light brown hair. He's wearing white shorts, and he had a blue polo on, if he's wearing it. And a red hat. Make America Great Again.
Okay. What's his name?
Austin.
Middle name or initial?
K.
Spell the last name for me.
Harrouff, like Frank.
Alright, I'll get an officer by that can speak to you and see if they're going to put out a missing persons alert or what they want to do with it. Do you have no idea where he might have went or anything?
I have no clue.
Okay.
No clue.
Does he have any weapons that own or anything like that he would have on him or anything? Pocket knife or anything like that?
Yeah, I said he had a pocket knife, like switchblade type pocket knife. I don't know.
Okay.
I think that's the only thing he has on him.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't own anything.
You said he left towards Island Way, and that was around 10 o'clock?
I want to say 9:30, 10, yeah.
Okay. Alright, I'll get somebody by there for you, okay?
Great, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Next week, we'll continue part 2 of the Austin Harrouff story, only right here on The Demon Inside. Don't forget to subscribe to The Demon Inside on Spotify, Anchor, or any other podcast directory, or through our website, anchor.fm/The Demon Inside. A new episode of The Demon Inside comes out each Monday. Let us know what you think and join the conversation on our Demon Inside Facebook page and on Instagram. We thank you for listening and hope you'll join me next Monday for a new Demon Inside. If you enjoyed this episode, tell your friends. I'm John Venom. We'll see you next time, if I don't get possessed. The Demon Inside was created and written by James Porter. It's a production of Venomous Entertainment. Theme music, Demon Inside, is on the album Conjure One by Reese Folber. Background music was created by Lucas King.